It ain't too late.
Good morning and welcome to Indy Boomer Magazine. I'm Mary Pat McKee. Guess who I am sitting here with this morning? That is Patty Spitler, and this is her best buddy.
Best meal I ever had.
Best meal she ever had, Stewie. And we're going to see how long Stewie lasts with us here. A couple of reasons Stewie's here, as if you could see his handkerchief on his neck. Now, Stewie, show your face. He's Pet Pals TV. It's Patty's show she's been doing for about the last 6 years.
6 years.
Is it 6 years or 7 years?
6 years. Well, going on 7.
Going on
In
7.
dog years, what, 36 years?
Yeah. But now Stewie hasn't been here that long.
You know what? He sees himself on TV.
He's very... Are you proud of yourself?
You see yourself?
Did you do a cameo?
You see yourself?
Well, you've been on Channel 8 a bunch of
I
times.
know.
But you probably don't get to see himself, does
Well,
he?
maybe not. I guess you think you're pretty handsome, don't you? Yeah, Stewie is only 6 months old, so we're working on manners, pretty good. But 6 months old, he's still a puppy. He's just a really big puppy. He's 62 pounds right now. He'll go about 100.
62. He's 6 months old.
Yeah. He'll go about 100, 110. The good news is after they reach adulthood, they calm down. So he will calm down. It's just they're slow to mature
You
mentally.
never calm down when you reach adulthood.
That's a whole nother story right there.
Or another day.
But he's real good. He's my baby. I have a rescue named Mabel. She's part poodle, part schnauzer, and then a feral cat. So I have a little zoo at home, but I really got him from a good, responsible breeder. And I think he's gorgeous. And
Well,
he's
Patty, when she started, what did you have, Louie? When you started Pet Pals TV?
I got, after I quit Channel 8, because I have severe hearing loss, there it is, boom, boom, boom. Oops, now I have to put it back in. So I had to quit. I always say when Fatal Flyer sounds like flat tire, it's time to quit the news. So it was time to go after 23 years at Wish TV doing entertainment and anchoring. And then I got Louie, another Bernese Mountain Dog, and he kind of helped me get out because I was closeted myself in the house. So Louie made me, you got a dog, you got to walk, they got to go to the bathroom, you got to clean them up, you got to do things, whereas I would have just stayed inside. Cats, you can stay inside. I've always had cats. So Louie was my first dog that was my dog. And look at him looking around. And Louie passed last year. Actually, they came to me, let me back up a little bit. They came to me because they'd heard about Patty walking around Broad Ripple, going to the dog park, and they said, would you like to be part of a pet show? And I said, well, maybe just a little bit. And we got really involved in it. 6 years later, we're on every Sunday at 10 o'clock on Wish TV, followed by Boomer TV at 10:30.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about Boomer TV in the next segment. So let's talk more about Pet Pals. And you know, you work with Ramon Carrero on the show. Tell us more about Pet Pals.
Well, there's a lot of, on the news you see the cat that got shot with an arrow, the dog that was, was lost and somebody abused it. We do good stories, positive stories. We follow up the dog that got burned, and then they rehabilitated it, and then it got adopted. So I think the best thing, we do magazine-style stories like we do on Boomer.
Right.
Whereas show the good that people can do. And hopefully people, especially if you're young and you're watching, go, I'd like to be like that. I want to be a good person. I want to do good things for pets. I've always found that people who are good to animals and pets are generally pretty good people.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes that lipstick.
I know. He's not used to seeing it on me, bro.
So if you see on the news, and I understand that they don't take the time to tell, because they can't. They're bound by time constraints.
Right.
And it's what's happening now. We're not time sensitive. We're just good stories. We also are up in 12 different states, in 24 different markets, from Fairbanks, Alaska to Los Angeles to Maine. And we're rated G. I always say it's the only time in my life I was ever rated G. We're rated G. We're not a kids program, but kids can watch and learn. So I always say I'm a reporter with a positive platform. I try to learn and do the best I can, and then put those stories out that have a good, happy ending and show people doing good things.
Right.
Okay.
And Stewie has he been on the show yet?
Has Stewie been on?
Oh, yeah, I saw him.
Oh, he's on all the time. He's doing pretty good here. I just think he's so gorgeous. Look at that.
Yeah, and you've also done a lot of stories with veterans.
Yes. Yes.
And how the dogs have helped a lot of the PSD?
Post-traumatic stress disorder,
Yeah.
that's being recognized now as a disability. There's a lot going on in the area.
It's going to eat me alive.
In the area of service
okay.
dogs. A service dog, we all know that if someone is blind and they have a seeing eye dog, they used to call them a service dog, that's pretty easy to spot. But sometimes disabilities that you don't see, for instance, a hearing dog, you don't see that I have a hearing problem, but there are dogs that if mine were more severe, I may need a hearing dog to tell me when someone's at the door or something like that. I mean, I take my hearing aids out. I can't.
Well, they use it for
pretty much
diabetics
everything.
now, don't they?
Diabetics,
Yeah.
they can be medical alert dogs. They're looking now into detecting and for cancer. I mean,
Really?
oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
They can sniff. Their noses are like 500 times better than ours, so they can be trained to locate certain things. For instance, a electronic sniffing dog was one of the ones used in the Gerald Fogle case, and there's only
really?
there's only 4 of them in the United States, and one was from Indiana, and that was the dog that they used to find that little thumb drive.
Oh, well.
So
Patty always
he
says
thinks
I
you
should-
smell pretty good, though.
I know it's got to be the perfume for sure. But you also did the military dog.
Yes. Service dogs, and they've just passed a law, I hope I'm right on this, that they bring them home. They used to serve, and then they're considered
It's okay.
equipment, and they were left over there, but now they're bringing them back. Now they need special handling because these dogs are generally Belgian
they're
Malinois
trained, yeah.
or German Shepherds, and they're high drive dogs, and they're not just for everybody, so they need a special handler. But if the handler comes back, then the dog could come back and be with them either as a pet, or at least that this person would know what to do with them. So I always say there's different dogs for different peoples. If you want a Maltese, this is not the dog for you. You know,
Yeah.
there's small dogs, there's bigger dogs, there's high energy dogs, there's low energy dogs who just want to sit in your lap.
So do your research before
Do
you
your
get it.
research. Maybe you want an older dog. A puppy's a lot of work. They're going to chew things up. That's a whole
I know,
other story.
I know. Stewie's about wearing you out.
So know what you're getting, and then make a commitment to life,
Right.
and know that the expenses you're going to have to pay too, and then hopefully they don't end up in the shelters.
Right, exactly. You know, and the other thing also, it's not just dogs and cats, but you guys do all kinds of animals.
Oh, we did trained rats. I got a story coming up on tarantulas.
I know. I was going to say this.
We were together when the lady goes.
I wasn't there when you did it.
No, but
way.
she's a tarantula teacher, and she uses tarantulas in her. She's a school teacher, and uses them for teaching. And she contacted me. So, a tarantula as a pet. If you take an animal in, whether it's a fish or a dog or whatever, and you take care of it, and they depend on you for food, and they depend on you for shelter, then that's your pet.
Right.
So you should take care of it. Now,
Exactly.
come on, sit up. Oop, oop, oop. This is my workout. I've started my resolution. Do lifting several times a day.
Hey, please go to petpalstv.com. It's Pet Pals. It's Pet,
S.
P-E-T-P-A-L-S.
Plural. TV.
TV.com
.com.
for all about I almost said Boomer TV for all about Pet Pals TV, and also sign up, become a member. You can submit story ideas.
You can look at old stories. You can submit ideas. You can tell us what you'd like to see, and it's free.
And it's free, yeah. And you can go, if you're traveling, you can go and find out the other locations. You can watch the show across the country. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks so much.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Good morning. Welcome back to Indy Boomer Magazine. I'm Mary Pat McKee. I am sitting here with Patty Spitler this morning.
Itchy Patty Spitler.
Itchy, she's got itches. Well, Stewie was here in the first segment, so he may have left some hair that went down your shirt or something.
At least I don't use my foot to scratch a little bit.
Hey, one thing I forgot to do, I wanted to thank Jim Wofford Theater, Logan Street Signs and Banners for allowing us to have this show every week. We're very appreciative of that. Patty and I are going to talk this segment about Boomer TV.
Okay.
Don't be looking bored to me.
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I got my hearing aid tuned in.
Well, Friday, if nothing else goes wrong, the January issue of Indy Boomer Magazine will be here with Bob and Tom.
Wonderful.
I talked to the printer yesterday, and they had a flood, so they're a little behind on the print, so it may be here Friday, it may be here Monday, but we're real excited. Patty interviewed Bob and Tom for one of our shows, and that was great fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we go way back. I mean,
Yes,
I came to Indianapolis in 1982, and 6 months later, Bob and Tom came into town. And none of us knew that we were going to, 30-something years later, we'd all still be here. And Bob has since retired.
Yeah.
Bob turned 65 December the 4th, 2015, and he got inducted, they both got inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame a few weeks before that, and Bob announced his retirement at that time.
And Patty tried to get the retirement out of Bob, but he wouldn't fess up until he got
he
the award.
He wants to have some fun. He and his wife have an Airstream trailer, and they want to travel, and that's fine. That's what I found with Boomers. Tom wants to continue working. Bob wants to retire. Tom's 62 years old. Some people like to continue doing what they do if it's something that kind of defines them. There are people who can't wait and counting the seconds. Well, geez, let me get out of this job now. I got 2 weeks left with 24 minutes. And then there are people who want to continue doing it in some way. Larry Bird, who you had and we had on Boomer TV. Larry cannot play basketball anymore, but he can still be involved as the president of the company, and he still loves the game, and he can contribute that way. David Wolf, who you talked to for the magazine and we talked to for Boomer TV. He's not in space anymore, but he can contribute to mentor and to give back to children and teach them about what he's learned. So that's the difference. There are some boomers who want to continue, some boomers want to travel, some boomers want to retire and spend time with their kids and grandkids. Everybody's different, and we're not our grandparents. We're not just retiring and sitting in a rocking chair.
We're not our parents either.
We're not our parents either.
Yeah.
We're not. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Very good point. Boomers are. I mean, we had wild and crazy. We're going rock and roll, baby. So we don't. A lot of us don't want to admit that it's time to maybe quit. And sometimes health reasons may force that. I understand that. But there's a lot of us that want to. We're living longer. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Well, and I think boomers are going to redefine the whole retirement process.
There's a term that we always use.
Oh, my favorite.
Scott McCain, who's a motivational speaker and travels all over the world, and he talks to a lot of boomers, is that some boomers, for many of us, want to remain, the key word is relevant. He says, I don't care, I'm not afraid of dying, but it scares me to death not to be relevant.
Yeah, and I just spoke to somebody
think that's
yesterday,
amazing.
and they used that word
They
again.
did?
And I wanted to tell them the story, and I thought, no, I'm not going to tell that story again. Let's tell them. Let's tell them a story about how we started Boomer TV. It'll be a year, March 1st.
I know, we haven't even been on a year. It's amazing. Pet Pals has been on, which I host and produce, 6 years, and we started off one time a month on cable, and now we're
Every week?
Every weekend.
In 24 markets.
24 different markets around the country, 12 states. The escalation of Boomer TV has been amazing. The reception. Of course, we learned how to do it, too.
Well,
That
I was going to
always
say,
helps.
you learned everything from Pep House
We
TV,
learned
so we don't have to
some-
make those
yeah.
mistakes. But the way it started, though, was I had Patty on the cover of Indy Boomer magazine in September of 2014.
Right.
And I was leaving your house.
After the interview, Mary Pat was leaving the house, and I just looked at her. She's standing on the back porch. You just about made it out clean.
Yeah, I was
Just
almost out of there. Been
And
3
I said,
hours, so.
You know what?
No.
I said, this should be a TV show. And he said, oh, okay. And I took it to Ramon Carrera, who does all the work behind the scenes, shooting and editing and assembling and all of that. I said, this should be a TV show. And be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So here we are.
But we're excited. And the other thing we're excited about is on Saturday, this Saturday, January 9th, we are launching Boomer Radio.
Because we don't have enough to do.
Yeah. So, well, actually, we're making Julie do
Julie
all this
Patterson,
work.
who's our
Yeah.
fitness reporter, she's 55 and she runs and does all those
You're
things.
not supposed to tell her age.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
Actually, she's
I'm sure-
56.
she's 56?
She must have had a birthday. Yeah, because she told me last week she was 56.
So how old are you?
I'm 56.
You're 56?
How old are you?
So Julie is our fitness reporter.
Julie's a fitness reporter, but her background is WZPL.
ZPL, and she did a lot of radio.
WES,
She's a traffic
MS.
reporter. She's also a traffic reporter at Fox again, so she does a lot of things too.
Yeah.
And she is going to be hosting, since she has a terrific background at radio.
Oh, she's good.
It's on Freedom 95.
Yeah, Freedom 95, 95.9 on the FM dial.
Okay, and she'll be hosting that. It's a half-hour program.
It's a half-hour program,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
not only will be able to hear it on Freedom 95, you will also be able to hear it on Hamilton County Radio. And if I had a bird in the room that could tell me when that might air on Hamilton County TV, which the bird doesn't know right this minute. So, but anyway, we'll let you know next week when the show will be airing on Hamilton County TV.
Right. Well, always go to indyboomer.com. Indyboomer.com.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Good
And you
job.
can find out. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, she gets paid good.
Go to indyboomer.com. You can see some of our stories. You can hook up with the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And the magazine, again, remember, is free. And the radio is free. And the TV's free. And that's why we're not making any money.
Well, and that reminds me, I never told anybody today yet, at least. Pick up the magazine at any most Kroger and Marsh stores in the Indianapolis and surrounding counties, so you can pick that up there.
Bob and Tom will be on the
Who we got
the
coming
new
up?
cover. Some people, we don't want to give it all away.
All right, fine. Well, let's talk about Mickey Dolenz. I think that was a fun one.
That was fun. What we found for Boomer TV is that a lot of us want to remember the acts that we grew up, especially musical acts. I interviewed
Mickey.
Mickey Dolenz. I also interviewed Village People. It was a lot of fun doing YMCA.
You never did get it right.
and Joy DeMannon, who joined us as well. She's one of our reporters.
we didn't talk about that.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. And then a couple weeks ago, Mickey Dolenz came into Hoosier Park, and I spoke with him. And he was
Well,
one of the monkeys. Hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah. That's everybody has to remember that.
Oh yeah,
for
so
sure.
he was the cute one. No, he was the funny one. Remember, because it was Davy Jones was the cute one.
Davy Jones was
and then
super
Peter
cute
Tork and Michael Nesbitt. They were the other ones that were the part of the monkeys. By the way, and Davy Jones has since passed.
I know. That's
know.
too bad. That's too bad.
That's another part of being a boomer. You start.
But that's why you got to do everything, and you got to do it today. And if
Yes.
you don't do it today, do it tomorrow, because
Yes.
you never know. One
Hey.
thing I want to talk about real quick. Okay, we have, and you started to mention it, we have Grace Trahan.
Oh, some of our reporters,
Yeah.
some wonderful reporters who, for one reason or another, just are not in the regular business anymore. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's for various reasons we won't go into here. But these are my friends. I know them,
Yeah.
and I respect them. Grace Trahan,
Yep, she's
Julie
great. Mm-hmm.
Patterson, Scott McCain, our motivational speaker. We have Joy DeMandon. We have
Michael Atwood.
Michael Atwood from across Indiana. He was
Who's our
20
latest?
20 years WFYI.
Oh, yeah, Michael. He's really good.
Oh, he's wonderful. And then we just added, she'll be starting in March, Shannon Cagle Dawson will be our weekend gardener.
Okay.
She's going to dish
cool.
the dirt.
Yeah.
She can in the dirt. Yes, yeah.
I ain't touching that one. But you forgot
Who?
Ed.
Oh, Ed Wank. See, It's a Boomer thing. I don't remember. Where's
She
our
loves you,
notes?
Ed. She
Where's it?
really
I do
does.
I love Ed. Ed
No, he
interviewed-
really is good. He's
Ed
great.
interviewed Bob
Penny Arnold.
Carter for the new Sammy Terry.
Mark Carter.
Mark Carter is
Yeah.
Bob Carter's son.
Yes.
Sammy Terry,
Yeah.
carrying on that tradition. And he interviewed a couple weeks ago Kenny Aronoff, who was the drummer for Mellencamp.
Yeah,
he's
well,
still
he's a
rock and
drummer
roll
for a
star.
whole bunch of folks.
Oh, and Ed's going to be doing a bunch of things. He's also going to be doing some food.
Yes, yes, we're going to be sending him out to restaurants.
This is food.
Yeah, that's what that means.
Why didn't they give me that gig?
Because
I've had enough food.
no, we don't. We have other more important things to do besides eat.
Okay.
So, anyway, hey, Patty,
Yes.
thank you for coming.
Thank you for
On the
asking
show.
me. It was fun.
It's always fun. We always
you know
have
I
a
like
good
to
time.
talk. It's
Yeah, I
wonderful.
knew this would be no problem whatsoever. So, anyway, hey, be sure and pick up Indy Boomer magazine at any Kroger or Marsh store in Marion and surrounding counties. Watch us watch not me, watch her on Boomer TV on Sunday morning at 10:30. We got to bring a new show this week.
Brand new show this week is Tom Berg. Tom Berg, who worked at Channel 6, and he's been a traffic reporter on the radio for many, many years.
Yes.
Tom has a very severe illness. He has a bucket list that he wants to talk about. That's something else we have to face, and he's facing it with courage and with humor. And it's his story. And I just talked to him the other day, and he's real excited to see
Now,
that.
Julie Patterson did that.
Julie Patterson worked with him in radio for a long time, and Tom is, everybody knows Tom is just a great guy. So this
I
is a
can't
nice
wait to see it.
tribute.
I
A
haven't
nice
seen it
tribute.
yet.
Also, the Stutz building.
Oh yeah.
Michael
That
Atwood.
was so much fun. We went and interviewed, Michael Atwood interviewed Turner Woodard, who owns the Stutz, and boy, is he a character. I mean,
I can't wait to
He's
see
got
that.
some good stories. So
you
anyway.
always drive by the Stutz building, you wonder, what's going on in there? Now we're going to take you into the bowels of the Stutz building.
Well, we didn't go down that far, but anyway.
Okay, well, there you go.
It was really fun. Anyway, 10:30 Sunday morning, Channel 8, see Patty, and otherwise we will see you all here next week. Thank you.
Thank you.